Here I am making my third video for the night. Um, I think I just want to talk about Pokemon actually. That was always a thing of nostalgia for me. It still is to this day. I play the games whenever I can. Have my card collection still downstairs, and what it means to me, my connection to it, like I said, the nostalgia for it. You know, your parents have a lot of things. My dad has uh, I think it's Matchbox or Hot Wheels. I think he collects. From his childhood that he has, and that he wants to save for me. Then which God bless him. I appreciate that. But for me though, it's been Pokemon. So going back in the Wayback Machine here, man, you're going back. So when Pokemon really became big in the United States, I mean, it started in '96, but when it really became mainstream, I was in fifth grade. So yeah, 1999, 2000 school year. So you're putting me then at 10, 11 years old. I remember getting. Here's the funny thing too. I remember uh, my first pack. My dad brought two packs home, one for me and one for my brother. Uh, the one pack, I was looking at it, so I just picked one. My brother ends up getting a holographic Venusaur, so I mean, I kind of, kicked myself still, kind of still to this day about that. But he ended up giving it to me because I was the one that ended up being more proficient, fluent. I mean, in collecting the cards. But um, every morning we for before school, on WB you had the cartoon aired, and we'd watch that, and it also right away when you came home from school too. So that was a big um, thing to watch it on the television as well, and um, the show, watching Ash on his journey to become a Pokemon collector or a Pokemon master, excuse me, and then when you had the handheld Game Boy, in your hands, you become your own, your destiny for your own adventure, becoming a Pokemon master, and that's just what made it even go a step further. I think to make it even more popular, so you could actually relate to the, to the, where how do I want to describe it? The mystique or the the power, the gosh, I always have a lack of terms for what I want to describe, but the um, prestigiousness of Pokemon that you can relate to and finally get into involved yourself. Um, I just I couldn't put it down. I couldn't. Um, it's just I would go from it's like I wouldn't do it in intervals. I would just be constantly on it until like I remember I got Pokemon Blue was the first one I had. My brother had Pokemon Yellow, but I got Pokemon Blue, and I remember I chose Charmander. Um, I don't know why. I just think I just I like the fire type Pokemon. So and eventually I got Charizard out of it. And then as the game progresses, you just couldn't stop. It was just so addicting. You just, okay, yeah, I got a gym badge, yes, but I wanted to keep going and moving on. It was. I guess it's to relate. You if you're, people that like to read, you're reading good books, and it's like, man, okay, I'll read a couple more pages or end of this chapter, and then something like, you're getting to a, you know, what is that? I can't think again, but you're getting to a climax, yeah, point. And then it's like, oh my god, I gotta read what happens next. And it's kind of like that with Pokemon. Oh, I gotta see what happens next. I gotta see what happens with the storyline. I gotta keep battling. I gotta get my Pokemon stronger, so that way when it comes to the next gym battle, I can just overpower them with offensive moves, and I had to be strategic anyway. And that's what kind of a lot. What also I've noticed too. Um, with any of the Pokemon gameplay. If you just have high-powered Pokemon, you don't have to do any strategic type thinking or moves really. If you can just overpower them with offensive moves, especially if you find out what okay, if you lose one time, but then realize or find out what their what that gym leader or what that final four challenge uh, leader or Elite Four, I should say. Excuse me, got that mixed up with basketball and stuff. But that Elite Four challenge competitor or competition that you face, you find out what they're either. They always have like basically, well, in the beginning, like the first games, they like Bruno was like rock fighting type. Uh, one of them was ghost type. I think that was Sabrina. Mm, can't think of the other two off the top of my head, but then you face Gary or whatever you name him in your game, and he just has a multiple. He's very diverse in what he has. Um, because like so I pick Charmander, he's gonna pick my weakness, whatever. So that's why I go first. So whatever, remember whatever Pokemon you pick, he's gonna pick your weakness. So I always thought that was kind of lame and stuff, but it is what it is. I guess that's just to make it more difficult. Although, like I said, you just keep just train your Pokemon, and you eventually just overpower them with offensive moves. Same with I played ROM hacks before. People that make their own gameplays or games and play them. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are just kind of not really interested. But Pokemon though has been a mainstay in my life. There's been periods though where, especially in junior high, so about after like sixth or seventh grade, I kind of like weaned off the Pokemon a little bit, just because of the age and so between eighth and 12th grade, I didn't have any. I kind of stopped with it. And in some ways, I wish I had it, especially with the cards, because I have the I don't really have any of the first edition cards. Like I said, I didn't really become involved with it until it became more mainstream. So you I didn't really get the first edition ones because I have a couple Charizards, and then they're probably, I would say if they were graded, they'd probably be an 8 or 9 at the very least. It would be hard to get a 10. It's hard to get a 10 because sometimes when they're pull it out of the pack, there's like misalignments or it's not centered right. It's really tough to get a 10, and I see that with Pokemon, Poketubers. I guess you could call them, who open up packs. And I love watching that too. It's also the nostalgia feeling, remembering opening the cards up, hoping that you get something good, and you're almost excited. You are excited for them to see that, but Pokemon cards also, um, aren't cheap anymore. Like I said, and going back to like you having the original cards, some of them worth a lot of money. Like I now have good Charizards. I have Blastoise, Venusaur's from the original sets, cards from the base set two, Jungle, Fossil, uh, Gym Leaders, Gym Heroes. I got into a little bit of I think it was the Neo Genesis. Uh, this is when the second region came out with, I can't remember the third names, but say I got Typhlosion, Feraligatr, and Mag, uh, Mag, Magnium or something. Those are the three starters final evolution stages. But after that is when I kind of, like I said, weaned off from Pokemon. It was funny because then after I graduated high school, I picked up Emerald like that fall following, and then I got back into Pokemon for a bit, and then I actually got some packs. I can't remember what set, so I'm not even gonna try to guess. For a bit, and then about 2008, that was from 2007 to 2008. I was back into the gameplay and the getting the cards. Um, I think I took a break again between 2009, 2010, and then Black and White came out, and I also played not only played the game, but I got the cards as well, and started following, actually the whole sets, trying to see what I have, uh, and that went on for another 3 years in terms of collecting cards here and there, and I got the Pokemon X and Y, like I said, Black and White. Heck, I even took like during classes when I was in college. I even took my Game Boy Advance and like there was this one class where it was a nice guy, but I mean, all we did was show up and and if we did, we'd go to. Uh, I don't even really remember how you just showed up and then like you would have field trips sometimes to places that were it was local history. Again, like I don't even remember how we were tested or anything because I mean we ultimately were, but that I digress on that because that's why I showed up and I just played Pokemon on my Game Boy Advance for that. So that shows you how much my love for Pokemon even went just to kill time even. But that's like I said, uh, if I had to choose what six Pokemon I'd carry with me at all times, like if we live in the real world, um, I'd have to go with Magmar for one because he's one of my favorite. Charizard probably, Blastoise. Uh, I'd probably go with Articuno. He's my favorite of the flying legendary birds. Uh, see, I would need an electric type. Something would, you know, I'd want to go with one of the Eevee evolutions probably for fifth, and then sixth. Um, I mean, I'm old school and like nostalgic. I liked the original 150 the most, uh, and I'd like to think I'd pick one though out of that. Away, I mean, from beyond that. Uh, Boy, I don't know. I would say Electrode. If I didn't take Jolteon um, from one of the EV evolutions, like I mentioned, I would probably go with. Uh, I like Pikachu. I gotta say, I just like Pikachu. So um, I'm sure I'll come back and make another video. I'm excited that the new, I think it's Scarlet and Violet games that are coming out, but I got to get a Nintendo Switch. So um, before I do that, I got to pay my car inspection. It's actually that's tomorrow, but it's all about your finances at this point of your life. But yeah, I mean, Pokemon's always going to be with me. I even started drawing a bit, um, but and drawing some Pokemon. But Pokemon's always going to be with me. It's something I'll always circle back around to, even if I'm not playing it or collecting the cards. I'll always have a spot somewhere for Pokemon in my life. With that said, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to let me know your experience with Pokemon, what it meant to you. With that said, as always, I'm Nam, and always use your noodle.